Ball carriers rumbling it on for Argentina, but they've given away the penalty for not releasing here.
Great heads-up D there by England. I was watching Argentina warm up and they were doing a bit of a zigzag from in the field, and the forwards have got up and not just chased around the corner, and that's led to that turnover.
Manuel Carriza, Biarritz was the man on the floor there, and he'll be joined by Ian Bolshaw and Ayula Arinley next season down in the Bay of Biscay. Andy Good from the halfway line. Now, David Beckham's scored from here.
I don't think he had a T though, did he?
He did not. Good, another low pump kick, and he's pulled it left. He had a couple of hooks last week in the early stages of the game against the Barbarians. A man who's been really on fire with Brive this season, 235 points in the top 14, and of course came out of the almost international wilderness in the Six Nations. In comes Cueto. He would love to score on the ground of his soccer heroes. Easter chases. Easter puts Leguizamon under pressure. The advantage goes though to the Pumas, and they drive on. Good drive by the Pumas pack, and that's where they can show their power. And it's Tiesi to Avramovic of Montauban. Hernandez in behind Andy Good. Comes Camacho. Ooh, what a banana kick from Andy Good. That was sensational.
I don't think it quite happened how he wanted it to happen. He seems to put it on the outside to try and, as they do, banana it in, and it's sort of held up in the wind and come back out. Here you see TAC, great offload, looking to keep the ball alive. If Argentina can continue to do that and play, they're going to cause handfuls. And here's that kick. As you saw, he pointed it towards the touchline to try and bend it in, and it seemed to drift back on the wind. And you'll take those all day long, I think.
Get that on the DVD, Andy Good. Quick. Send it to Alex Ferguson. This is Carriza, who takes it well at the front of that line out. Of course, the reintroduction of them all, or the fact you can't collapse them all, really does suit Argentina. And here's Cueto, looking to take it quickly, which he does. Dylan Armitage looking up, seeing what's in front of him. Banahan is chasing this one hard, and Borthwick and Banahan between them. They weren't quite sure who was going for the ball, and it's Leguizamon now. Well, did he knock that one forward? Yes, he did.
Thank you,
A bit of the game that Dylan's been working on really hard. You can see how he's put it up and then left Banahan to chase. It's a tactic they're trying to use to keep him at the back for if the kicks are returned. Obviously a fumble that he won't be happy with.
Argentina famously strong at scrum time, and England have stacked the left hand side of the pitch here with Andy Good and Tom May and Hipkiss there and Banahan, and it's quite a tight channel.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do here is they just want to give Dylan a chance to show his pace, but as they've marked it a 3 on the 2, I would imagine they'll go down the blind side. They'll have some cancel call.
Well, it's very scruffy ball. Here's Armitage, and here's Tom May on his debut. Good dancing run by Tom May, who's been playing a lot since Christmas at 10 for the Newcastle Falcons.
He is on his feet.
Another player off to France. He's going to Toulon. And have they lost the ball on the floor here? And they have lost it. And a chance to run, a chance to move. Avramovic, here's Hernandez. And across comes Camacho with Cueto.
Great shepherding by Mark Cueto there. He bought himself a lot of time by sitting back and just shadowing, forcing them out to the extra defender that the touchline is. Great feat by Tom May. This is what he's shown all year for Newcastle. He's been sort of the one shining light up there who's held the team together, and you know, it's thoroughly earned his call-up. If you watch Quates here, he sucks himself in just to make it so they have to go towards the touchline. They'll put that kick through, and then he shepherds it well.
Dylan Hartley, 4-man lineup. There's Deacon, takes it cleanly, the Leicester Tiger. Nick Easter in there. I saw him putting in a few big rumbustious runs against the Barbarians last week. Danny Kerr, the Quinn, waits. And away she goes. Straight out of play. Danny Kerr, the 22-year-old, his 10th cap for England today. Twice man of the match in Heineken Cup games this season. And that is Patrizio Albacetti is just behind him, and here's Fernandez lobby, and now it's Galindo who's got the ball. There was a hole in that line out, and he went straight through it, Galindo. And here's Roncero, Rodrigo Roncero. He's built like a strong box, is Roncero. Here's Hernandez, Avramovic now, up to the 22. You always look to see here where Hernandez is, to see if he's in the pocket, but he's not on this occasion. Orlando stands over the ball, and the Puma pack, you just know they'd love to get themselves into a position where they could maul effectively against this England side, because they do it so well. And it was a big loss to their armoury, that ELV. Roncero picks and goes just into the 22 now, and here is Hernandez to Tiesi, and Tiesi bounces off a couple of tackles. Dangerous situation this for England, but the ball is very, very slow for Argentina. England working really hard on the ground there, and they get a penalty as a result.
Problem is there, I think Argentina are ending up committing so many men, because England are doing a good job at the breakdown, that they've got no options really, and then they've got to restart it, and it's just going to slow the whole thing down. And you know, England will be happy just to stand there and keep knocking them down and get opportunities like that to turn it over. Always the way, the non-throw always helps out. It's like the pass that goes to the floor that beats every defender, and you run through the hole.
Yeah, he just tipped it on to Galindo, didn't he? And well, that's where the penalty was given away. And it's Borthwick. There's Danny Kerr, flat ball to Easter to Stefan Armitage, trying to get across that advantage line, which England found difficult to do last week. Good work by those two, the back row forwards. Here's Hartley though. Can England maintain the momentum in this drive? Danny Kerr back to Andy Good. If Hernandez can do it, so can Andy.
It's a great drop goal by Goody, but if we went back to the phase before off the line out, again I was expecting Nick Easter to crash it up over the gain line, whereas you end up and they've had to go for the drop goal because Nick passed it on to Armitage, and luckily for England with Armitage's legs drive he got over the gain line, but it's just then killed the momentum and they've had to go for a drop goal.
Hernandez, he gets incredible height on those restart. What a take by Steve Borthwick. Did a real captain's job there. His back looked almost elasticated. And it's England who are outmauling the Pumas. They won't like that. Here's Danny Kerr, chance to break. And covering that space was Juan Manuel Leguizamo. And here's Hernandez. Easter takes it beautifully. Wonderful take, class take by Nick Easter. And Danny Kerr, fellow Harlequin, to Andy Good. Puts it in between Vergasio and Galindo, the back row forward. Aguja.
5-1.
Now it's Dylan Armitage. There's Andy Good inside him. And that is going to stay in play. Oh, and it's Vergasio who makes a bad mistake there. And pouncing straight away was Dan Hipkiss. Like, can they manage to burrow the ball out here and use it? Danny Kerr, there's lots of players in white to his right, but it's very slow ball again. Andy Good, what can he do with it? He puts the chip in, the skew-if chip for Tolmay to try and get on the end of. Advantage here to England. Someone's got to get to the ball. It's Basualdo though who gets there first, so no advantage. England ball.
Having trained with Borthas at Bath for 8 years, I've seen that all the time. There's hours spent practicing that, and again something that Nick's worked on in his game. Nikista, it's a great take under a massive pressure. Vital things that England need to do, and there's how not to do it, I think.
Vergasio, Nicolas Vergasio, who's possibly joining Bayonne, currently plays for Dax. And there's the England captain.
Just looking from when we're back in in England's 22, Argentina are putting 3 or 4 back, and we're still boxing to them. I think England have got to look at playing one extra phase to try and exploit that and try and bring them forward. And unfortunately, I think they're playing into how Argentina want to play a little bit at the moment. They're getting into that kicking duel.
Well, yeah, Ireland have found that over the years that Argentina are sometimes inclined to suck you into playing the way they want you to. Ask Eddie O'Sullivan and Declan Kidney for that matter.
Same scrum. No, the ball is not. Keep working. Work.
England scored 4 tries last week against the Barbarians. They've scored 20 tries in 6 internationals they've played in 2009 England. And Christophe Berdos's arm is out.
Number 3.
And penalised is the tight head prop Orlandi. Juan Pablo of Rovigo, or was a Rovigo, has signed for Racing Metro, apparently the side that was promoted from the top 14. And Andy Good, who seems to be enjoying his time in the top 14, to hopefully extend this England lead. Look at the penalties conceded by Argentina so far. Andy Good, he likes it straight away. 9 points to 3 to England. Andy Good, whose drop goal took Brive into the Heineken Cup next season.
Yeah, if you look at this off the scrum, they've got some great depth. They've obviously got a move that's going to come and play behind that. Unfortunately, the scrum didn't quite go as they wanted to, but interesting things behind that scrum.
I mentioned Andy Good's drop goals. It shows his ability to kick under pressure. It was in the 77th minute against Bourgois, and Brive needed a drop goal to take them into the Heineken, and Good produced. He's already produced 1 drop goal in this game. Danny Kerr. Vergasio is back there, and Leguizamon, formerly of London Irish, off to Vergasio, who runs into Marquedo, and then he knocks the ball forward in contact. It squirts back for Danny Kerr into the midfield. And again, it's imprecise in both teams.
Again, they're dropping it on his channel every time. Just has a little juggle this time before taking it, and then shows great strength to stay on his feet and bide himself some time. Speaking to a few of the Ireland players after the Six Nations games, and they were just saying how hard he is to bring down. He's a big man.
Danny Kerr, Andy Good, the kick goes in again. It's a Gouger, remember, he's only played once there this season at fullback, and maybe it showed there, but Fernandez Lobe clears up on his behalf. 1 game there for Argentina, 1 game there for Brive Gouger. Here's Hernandez now.
I think that Andy Good knows that he's only played there once this year, wouldn't you? I don't think he's been nice to his teammate there, do you?
Well, I had a quick word with Andy before the game, and I said, yeah, he's only played there once, hasn't he? He said, yep, he has. And Aguja kicks the ball straight to Andy Good.